Hello everyone, it's Shauna coming to you live from her craft room in Edmond, Oklahoma. I hope you guys are having a fabulous weekend so far. It is Saturday, November 23rd, believe it or not. I don't even know where November's gone. I thought really in my head that we just had like Halloween a couple days ago. I cannot believe Thanksgiving is next week. It's crazy to me how time is flying. Let me get over here and make sure I'm in the right spot on the right page. Yes, I'm in the right spot. Okay. Let me turn on live chat. Let me make sure you guys
page.
Yep. You guys can hear me okay. I'm not on mute. I'm not doing any weird audio stuff like I was a couple of weeks ago. I think it was 10 minutes before I knew that no one could hear me. So this is the card that we are making. This is my favorite type of card to make, you guys. And I hope you love it just as much as I do. I love ink blending. I love creating scenery cards. So, and they're very easy to do. That's probably why I love them so much. Before we get started on this, I just want to go over just a few things, just reminders. You guys, please, 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 please do not forget our online exclusive section on the StampinUp.com webpage. There are so many cute things that people don't even know about because they think all we have is what we have in the catalogs. So don't forget about it. Just a reminder. And we had a whole bunch of new stuff drop November 5th, I think. So there's some new stuff on there. Here's our annual catalog. Of course, you can order out of it all year long. This goes until April of 2025. So anything you want out of there is available. And then, of course, you know, our holiday mini. This is my favorite catalog of the year. I love Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I just love making treat boxes and giving out little goodies. So this goes until January 6th. So don't miss out on all the stuff that's in here. There's some beautiful stuff. In fact, what we're using tonight is this Peaceful Season. Actually, it's Season of Elegance is the suite. And I do have the suite. We're going to be using the Peaceful Evergreen stamp set out of it and the dies. I used this paper a couple weeks ago when I made the gift cards. And I used that ribbon. I've used this folder a couple of times. So I love this suite of products. These dies right here in this Peaceful Season bundle, they make the cutest tags. So anyway, love this suite of products. And if you guys have been around for a while, you know, here's the card that I kind of started making using that folder. This is using the scrapbooking two-toned cardstock, which is white cord. So it has a white middle. And when you use that, you can run it through the embossing folder and then take like a little sanding block or a piece of sanding paper and sand off the top of the green color, and it lets the white core shine through, and it looks like you have snow on your evergreens. Very easy and quick to do. I think I showed this off whenever I showed off the scrapbooking brochure. So if you want to go back and watch that video. Another thing that I have just started this last week, it's been kind of a project, but someone brought to my attention, Shauna, you need a YouTube channel. Okay, I don't know if you guys know, but back in 2010 when I became a demonstrator, I had a blog. I had a YouTube channel. I did all the things. I was only working part-time, and it was still a lot then. So I knew when I became a demonstrator again that it was going to be a lot. And I didn't want to do all the things. I thought if I can't do it my way, I'm just not going to do it. So I thought I'm just doing Facebook and that's it. It's one place. That's all I can keep up with because I'm working full time and, you know, I'm just busy like everybody else. So I had my mind dead set on it, guys. Anyway, I've done it. I've started a YouTube channel. So I'll put the link in this post later on tonight. Give me some time to do it. But I've been uploading all my videos to my YouTube channel. So if you want to, you can go over there. You can check them out. I've done it. I don't know why. I'm not quite sure if I did the right thing, but anywho. If I met you at the Jingle Jam Craft Show in Piedmont, welcome, howdy. Thank you for coming by and stopping by. Say hello if you're jumping on. It was a great craft show, and we have another craft show coming up in a couple weeks. This one is December 7th and 8th. It's at the Oklahoma City State Fairgrounds. It's in the Hobby Arts and Crafts building. So my husband will have his flags there, and I will have all the goodies that I had at the last one, plus a little bit, I think. So if you're in the area, stop by, say hi. We would love to see you. Okay, so that is the craft show. That's the reminder for online exclusives. The last thing is Paper Pumpkin. You know, if you've been around for any length of time, I love our kits. I love our Paper Pumpkin kits. I love our regular kits. Stampin' Up! Comes out with 2 new kits every month. And those are the kits that are in the, if I can grab one, hold on, the brown boxes. Right now we've got a watercolor one and, what's the other one? I can't remember right offhand. This was a little animal one. I was going to make some sympathy cards using this, and I haven't gotten to it yet. But this is the By Your Side kit. I think it's still available. But anyway, I was going to make some sorry for your loss for your pet cards. And I have so much stuff to do and so much stuff going through my head. And I never get to probably 3/4 of it, guys. I mean, the opportunities are endless. These are our Paper Pumpkin. They come in these red boxes, reddish orange, sweet sorbet, poppy parade, whatever color you want to call it. This one is an older one. This is April 2023. And that has some foiling on it. You can't really see. But again, some cards that I wanted to make that never got made yet. They will. I'll just have them to sell at next year's craft fair. So I love our Paper Pumpkin kits, our regular kits that are online. The Paper Pumpkin is a monthly subscription. However, you can start it, stop it, start it, stop it. So for instance, I just got this last week, the Paper Pumpkin for October, and this was the stockings one. Haven't even opened it, guys. That's how crazy and chaotic I have been. It's been non-stop. So let me just show it to you. Comes in this cute box. Every once in a while they'll do a special box. These are little treat stockings. says, Holly Jolly, to and from, filled with joy, sending lots of cheer, Merry Christmas from Santa. Has some ornaments on it. Cute stamp set. Comes with Poppy Parade for your ink block. I hope to have some of these made for the craft show December 7th and 8th. So anyway, just some cute little stockings. Put some candy in it. You can probably put a gift card in it. I'm guessing it looks the right size. You can stamp on these. You can also, if you don't like the stitching side, you can flip these inside out if you want to. I personally love them like this. So hopefully I'll get those made and I can show them off to you. But so of course I got this one. I don't know about this one. I've shown a couple of sneak peeks, and with Paper Pumpkin, that's all you get are sneak peeks. You don't really get to know what's in it until you get it. So I may stop this one and not get this one. But it is a monthly thing. You have to keep on top of it. So if you don't like the next month coming up, then by December 10th, I need to suspend it so that I don't get charged and I don't get this one. And then it will unsuspend itself after this one gets mailed out and the new one is ready. So you have to stay on top of it, but you can stop it and start it. So again, our kits, see, that was last month's kit. And that one was a good kit too. So, love our kits. Okay, so the mini catalog, the annual catalog, our kits, the online exclusives. There's one other thing that I want to talk to you guys about, and that is our scrapbooking brochure. If you know me, you know that I got my love for paper crafting through scrapbooking. My oldest was born in 1999, and I wanted to document all of her first, all of the stuff. And so I got into scrapbooking. And then my kids got older and they started getting into cheer and soccer and football and all the good stuff. And I got busy. I'm not gonna lie, just like everybody else does. And so scrapbooking, of course, is a labor of love. It takes longer. I started making cards. I still wanted to play with paper. I still wanted to be creative, and making cards was the way that I could do it. So that's where I fell in love with Stampin' Up. Okay, close to my heart, which was a scrapbooking retailer, just like Stampin' Up is a card retailer, closed their doors last summer. And a lot of their demonstrators, what they call makers, came over to Stampin' Up. And so Stampin' Up has picked up a little bit of the scrapbooking line. They are going to get more, but this is what we have right now. We have a Halloween Memories kit. We have an Autumn to Remember kit. It's perfect for your Thanksgiving pictures that you're going to take next week. Hint, hint. We have a Reindeer Memories for the Christmas. And then snow days, because who doesn't want to take tons of pictures of their kids playing out in the snow? So these are the 4 kits that we carry in our scrapbooking brochure. I'm going to show one of these kits to you today, my favorite one so far. But before I do that, we do have 2 other, what I'm going to call, they are DSP paper packs, but you can easily make scrapbooking kits out of them. And one of them is the Frames and Flowers. It's item number 163765. And one of them is, and this one's in the mini holiday catalog, a little bit festive, and it's 164107. And the reason why these 2 DSP paper packs are good for scrapbooking kits Even though they're not in our scrapbooking brochure, Stampin' Up! Does not sell them or refer to them as scrapbooking. But they come with a couple of sheets of die cuts, a couple of piece of papers, front and back, some frames, and what you can do, because they have the die cuts, I'm just going to pull out kind of my scrapbook album here and show you. I'm going to try to, of course, scrapbooking is bigger, so it's probably not going to fit in the camera. But here are some pages that I have made using that kit. I just took the die cuts, cut some of them. There's one page. Here's a second page. I may not be completely in the camera, sorry. But I just want to show you, just because it's not in our scrapbooking brochure, does not mean that you can't create scrapbooking layouts with it. For instance, all these little cookies right here, right here, right here, right here, all came from this one little piece right here and a couple of die cuts. And you guys know how much I hate fussy cutting. Well, you know what? I did it and it wasn't bad. So anyway, just because it's not in the scrapbooking section does not mean that you cannot scrapbook with it. So there are two kits right now. Again, that one's in our mini catalog. And it's called A Little Bit Festive. And then there's one that's in our annual catalog. And it's called Frames and Flowers. And I'll show that one off to you at another time. But I don't want you to forget, Stampin' Up! Does so much more than cards now. So if scrapbooking is your jam, we can do it. Here was that Halloween kit. So if you've got some Halloween pictures, since we just had Halloween, this kit is perfect. And it's cute, guys. It is so cute. And you can buy these kits and you don't even have to put them together that way. Did I only get 2 pages done? No, there's 3. There's 3 2-page layouts. Okay, so I'm gonna put this away. I also offer, I don't know if you guys know this, but I offer monthly card classes. I offer monthly scrapbooking classes. Okay, this right here, I'm just gonna briefly flip through it. This was a retreat. So there's that too. There are 3 different levels to creativity that Stampin' Up! Does. There are our kits. I love this. This is probably one of my most favorite pages right there. We do kits, which is level 1. We do level 2, which is called Mix and Match. And that was the 2 kits that I just showed you that aren't really scrapbooking kits. And then there's level 3, which is creativity your own way. And you just buy the Stampin' Up! Product and you go to town, you can create whatever you want. The last scrapbooking thing that I'm going to show, because we're already 20 minutes into it, not that tonight's card takes that long at all. It's pretty easy and pretty fast. This is the Autumn to Remember kit. These are going to be perfect for Thanksgiving. There's one page or a 2-page. Here's the second 2-page. I'm ready to go. All I gotta do is put my pictures on them. And then this is the third 2-page layout. So super cute, guys. Super cute. So again, if you don't want to be creative and you want stamp by stamp instructions, these kits are perfect. They make cute, cute pages. You get 3 2-page layouts. Put your pictures on, put them in your scrapbook, and you move on down the road. Again, we've got the Snow Days one. We have a Christmas one called Reindeer Memories. Here's the autumn one that you just saw. And those are exactly the step-by-step instructions. I put some stickers in a couple of different places and whatnot, but for the most part, they look exactly the same. And then there's the Halloween one that I just showed you in the scrapbook album. Okay. If you guys have any questions on any of the products, let me know. Send me a message. Give me a call. Send me an email. I'm here for you. Okay. Back to our card. We're going to go ahead and get started. What I've done is I have taken a piece of basic white, and this is going to be what we're going to ink blend on. And this is 5 1/4 by 4. So 4 tall, 5 1/4 wide. That's this piece, what you see right here. If you're hopping on, say hi so that I know you're here, because if you don't say anything, I don't know that you're here. I'm going to use 3 different colors. Blueberry Bushel, Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy. These 3 blues work really well together. I'm going to take my blending brush, and I'm going to start off with the Blueberry Bushel. And I'm going to kind of put this card kind of up here in the corner just so that you guys can see it. I want there to be some difference. So I'm going to leave this part over here a little bit more white and this part over here a little bit more dark. So I put some ink, some Blueberry Bushel, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of start here because you get an ink spot at first, so you don't ever want to start on your white piece. You kind of want to start off to the side and bring it over. And it's real easy. You're just putting ink on paper. I am going to go up and around this little corner so that I get my edging blue. But again, I want to leave some white area there. Okay. You will get inky. So I have not picked up any more ink on my ink blender or my blending brush. I'm just going through here and I'm working with what I have, and I'm just kind of I shouldn't say smearing it, but you know, pushing it into the paper and blending it in. Okay. Now I'm going to take my Misty Moonlight. And it's okay to use this same ink blending brush. As you can see, if you take it over to the side, most of the ink is off. I mean, there's still some on there, but this is the light color. Now, you do not want to go and use the same brush if you're going from dark to light. Like if I started with this Night of Navy, I definitely wouldn't want to put my Night of Navy into my lightest Blueberry Bushel ink. So if you're going to use the same blending tool, make sure that you've got the majority of it off and that you're working from lightest to darkest. So here's my middle color. Again, this is the Misty Moonlight. I'm going to start off my paper because I get a blob. And then I'm going to bring it up into my paper. I'm going to grab some more ink. Start off and bring it up in. And I'm telling you, when you guys do this, no two cards will ever look alike. So if you're one of those people who, that's what I want it to look like that. Okay, it's not, you can try, but it's not going to. Every card is going to have a little bit different feel, texture. Okay. Again, I want to leave some white here. So I'm just going to come in a little bit farther than the Blueberry Bushel. I can tell I got some ink smudging down here. I'm not sure how I got that down there. I'm sure I got it on my fingers and I touched something. But that's okay, because that's going to be kind of covered up. Okay, I'm going to go into this white part just a little bit. Again, still using the Misty Moonlight. Now I'm just kind of, there's not much ink on my blender, my blending brush still. So I'm just kind of, I guess what I'm going to say is smearing it in. I can't think of another word to better say it. But I'm just pushing it in those papers, the paper fibers, and trying to get a more blended look. Just until you're happy with it. And you can sit here, and I'm going to be honest with you, you guys could fool with it and fool with it and fool with it until you're happy. And that's fine. Okay. Whoops. I am just about done though. I am happy. I've got some white here. I've got some darker blues there. I've got my edging, dark. So this Night of Navy, what we're going to do is we're actually going to use it to stamp the trees. So these are the two that we're using, Greetings of the Season. I'm going to use It's the Most Wonderful Time of Year for the saying. And then the Peaceful Evergreen, I'm going to use this tall tree right here. I guess the middle size. These come with some great dyes. You can make a snowy background. If I wanted to use that dye, say on this piece of blue, and then it would cut out all these little holes, and I could stick white behind it and it would look like snow, or I could stick some yellow behind it. It would look like stars in the sky. So that is a really cool dye. I'm going to grab, and I already have, this is the middle one. So I've already got that put on a block. And I'm going to take my Night of Navy ink pad. And I'm going to turn this upside down, and I'm going to ink it like this. Just so I can see that I have gotten ink on all the stamp. And I will It shouldn't be an issue, but I am going to come around here just because I've noticed I've gotten some ink up here on the top, and I don't want to catch this edge just in case after I've done all this ink blending. So I'm going to wipe that off. And I'm just going to start stamping kind of off my page. And then without putting it back in the ink, I'm going to lay it back down and do it here. And what that does is it gives you a really dark image, a really light image. This is called first generation stamping. This is called second. And then I could even come back in here and do it a third generation, and I'm going to get a very light image. I'm going to hold this up so that you guys can see it just in case. But it looks like this tree, this lighter tree, the third generation, is farther back in the distance because you barely see it. And this one right here, the darkest, is closest. So it gives you some dimension. So you can start building dimension like that. So again, I'm going to ink up my stamp pad, or my stamp with my stamp pad. Wipe this edge off just in case. It would probably be fine. And I'm going to put another big one right here. And then I'm going to maybe do another one, second generation, right next to it. And then maybe come back here between these two and do a third generation. Ink up my stamp again. And I like it that it's going off the edge. Maybe come back over here, come back over here. And again, I'm not re-inking it every time. I'm just adding some really faint trees in the background. Okay, I'm happy with that. I've given myself several layers. I might want to, no, I'm good with that. Because what I'm also going to do, I'm going to die cut some trees using the die cuts that are in this, and we're going to emboss it a little bit. So let me grab the dies, and I'm just going to grab this little one and this middle one. I'm not going to use the big one. I'm going to put this off to the side because it's still a little wet. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Up! Die cut machine. This is the Big Shot. This is the old one. I need to get the newer one. It's much more modern and nicer looking. So I need to get me one. This one's a little worn out. I'm going to take Night of Navy and Misty Moonlight cardstock, and I'm going to cut a big tree and a small tree out. Hopefully I was on camera. Yeah, I think I was. I'm just going to cut one of each size, and that's just my little shim. Again, my machine's old, so it's kind of worn out. I'm going to run that through. And then it comes out like this. And usually your piece of paper is sometimes stuck in that die. If it's not, it's fine. You can just poke it out of the paper. Be careful, because these trees are fragile. And then if it's stuck in your die, if you turn your die over, it has these little dots, these little holes. And if you just push up it'll pop it out, and then you can just pull it out. So there's the Night of Navy 2, and then let me do 2 more out of the Misty Moonlight cardstock. Grab my big die, grab my small die, my little shim. Are you guys ready for Thanksgiving? I cannot believe that is next week. In saying that, I will not have a live next week. We will be out of town just like many others. So no Facebook Live next weekend. I thought about it long and hard. I just don't think I can make it happen. If I change my mind and say do it, I don't know. I'll let you guys know. Just follow my Facebook page and I'll post. But looking at it right now, I don't see it happening. Too busy. And then the weekend after that is going to be the craft fair. So I have not made, and the craft show is all day Saturday and all day Sunday. Usually I do my lives on Saturday or Sunday. So if I do a Facebook Live that weekend, it's going to have to be like a Friday night. Stay tuned. That's all I can say. We'll see where I'm at that week and see what's going on. Okay, so I'm just poking out these little pieces that should have come out, but sometimes they don't. Sometimes they stay in. So I'm just taking my little pokey tool and getting those pieces out. I am ready for Thanksgiving food though. I put together my grocery list. We always go to the grocery store normally on Friday nights. So I bought everything I needed to do to cook. How many of you guys cook for Thanksgiving? We go to, my husband's family on Thursday on Thanksgiving, and then we go to my family on Friday. One year we tried to do both families in the same day. Never again. I felt so bad. I was so full. I couldn't, oh man, couldn't roll over. And I was trying to behave and not eat a whole bunch the first time so that I would have room to eat the second time. But anywho, I digress. Okay, so I'm going to pull these back in. I've got all these pieces punched out. And I am going to take Whisper White, which is a craft ink pad. This is an old ink pad, so this opens up a little bit weird and a little bit different. And I'm going to take a different ink blending tool. This is one that I use for my white. And I am just going to kind of pounce some white color on here. And you'll see why here in a second. Not only does it look like snow, but craft ink is great for embossing. And if you guys don't know what embossing is, just wait. I mean, I love the look of it by itself with just the white on there. I'll show you what I mean here in a second. Okay. Little bit goes a long way. You don't need a whole bunch. I'm going to hold this up. That looks great just by itself. And then if you go and you lay it on your ink blending piece, it looks even prettier. We're not done, folks. We're going to do some embossing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab me a piece of printer paper. I'm going to steal it from my granddaughter's stash. Be quiet, don't tell her. Don't tell her my secret. She'll be mad at me. And I'm just going to fold this over Stampin' Up! Does have a wonderful embossing kit, and it has a tray. I do not have it. I need it, but I do not have it. I am going to take the Stampin' Up! Silver embossing powder, and I'm just going to lay these trees on here. And like I said, this white craft ink, it is wet because I'm getting it all over myself. But when I take this silver embossing powder and sprinkle this over the top, it is going, this wet white craft ink is going to catch this silver embossing powder. This is messy. You can tap it off. I'm going to put these over to the side. This one is almost already covered up just because of where it was sitting. One more. It's 5:41. We're doing great on time. This is a very easy card to make, and that's kind of why I wanted to show you guys all the catalogs and just the reminders and the kits, and because a lot of people kind of forget everything that we offer. Okay. I'm going to put this back into my jar. It's a little messy, but you know what? Creativity is messy. This is a heat embossing gun. It's an old one. I'm going to turn it on. It's going to get loud. I'm going to let it heat up. I'm going to pull my little tree over here. And this is going to start making a very, whoops. Hopefully you can see that where it starts getting really silver and it just starts melting that embossing powder. I'll hold it up here in a second. Let me grab this other one. You should be able to kind of see it change. My granddaughter calls this magic. Oh, you couldn't really see that. My hand was in the way. Okay, let me see if I can do this at a better angle and maybe you can see it better. Let's try here. Let's see if you guys can see that turn. Get my big old hands out of the, do you see it where it starts really shimmering and turning? Okay, I have one more to do. Okay. I'm going to pull this back in. I'm going to take my green tipped glue. This is the Tombow Mono liquid glue. If you know me, I have a love-hate relationship for this glue. This glue gets everywhere, so I have mine in a little precision tipped bottle. Once you get this, it is so sticky, and that's what drives me crazy. I'm just going to put little dots here and there. And I'm telling you what, once this glue, once you put it down, it sticks. It's a great glue. I just I hate getting it everywhere. I'm trying to find my tweezers. And they're not here where oh, there they are. Okay. So I'm gonna stick this tree right here. And I'm just going to, I'm gonna take my block and just sit that down and push it down for a second. Hey Mom, how are you? I'm surprised you're on. Did Misty and Nick and Haley go over to Melanie and James's or something? Thanks for hopping by, stopping by and watching. Put some glue on this. And I'm gonna put this one. This one's just the tall Night of Navy. And stick it right here. And again, I'm just gonna hold it down for a second. She may have, oh, yep, no, they are here. I got a little downtime. Lucky you. All right. Do I want another one? I don't know. Let's see. I might cut 2 of these down because I do want to leave some room for our sentiment, our saying. So let's go in and stamp this real quick. I'm going to use the Night of Navy ink. Because I'm already noticing I didn't give myself a whole bunch of room, but hopefully this will work still. I think it will. I'm going to stand up just so that I can look over this a little bit better and see where I'm stamping. Get some ink. Yeah, I think this will still work. Push that down. Hopefully I'm straight. Dun, dun, dun. I'm just going to hold it down for 5 seconds. Yeah, that's good. Almost didn't leave myself that much room. Got a little carried away with my trees. Okay. I'm still trying to debate. Do I want a 3rd tree? I think I do. I think I'm just going to make it smaller. So I'm going to take my little scissors. I'm just going to give it a whack. Give it a haircut here. Okay, we'll save those trees for another day. Take my glue, get some more glue on this. Take my little tweezers. I'm gonna put him right there. Pull him down a little bit so that you can't tell that he's coming off the page. Hold him down for a second, and then the fun part begins. We're gonna get messy. Messy, messy, messy. Okay. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna bring in my lid. I have a little lid here from a box that I'm gonna put this in. You know, when I bring this in, it's going to get messy. I'm gonna take my the Whisper White Craft Ink pad comes with a refill. So I'm just taking my little refill bottle and I'm going to put some of this just on one of my blocks. That's probably a good amount. Little goes a long way. Then I'm going to take some water. I'm going to grab my little I just have a little spray bottle, a little spritz bottle. And I'm going to take a little paintbrush, mix that water around. And you can use whatever you have on hand. What I like to use is my bone folder. Get a lot of paint and water on your brush, and then I just like to make snow. You can do as little, as much as you want, whatever floats your boat. All right. Am I good? Do I want more? I think I'm good. Okay. I'll put that to the side. And you can still see probably up here in the corner, I have it all over my desk up here. So I'm just letting you know. I have it on my laptop. Yes, yes I do. It's messy. Okay. I'm going to put this aside just for a second. I'm going to take some silver glitter paper. I'm going to show you guys a little cheat. I like to do this with my silver and my gold paper. Let me show you something on some gold. You'll see what I mean. In the scrapbooking world, we call this gutting, where we gut out the middle of it because you can't see it because it's going to be hidden behind our top piece. So instead of wasting this whole silver piece, I'm going to gut it. So first of all, the card base is your normal half a sheet of 8.5 by 11. It's cut in half and then scored in half, and then we're just going to fold it over. So this measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I want this next layer just to be 1/8 of an inch smaller all the way around. So to do that, we're gonna go 5 and, let's see, your big layer's 5 1/2. So we're gonna go 2/16 down. So that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6/16. And then, and also, just so you know, another trick, which I didn't do just a second ago, when you're doing glitter paper, to help you on your blades, if you flip it over and it's just cutting the back side, that will save your blades a little bit. So again, this one, this way is 4 1/4, and I'm gonna go down 1/8. So that's gonna give us what, 4 and 1, 2, 2/8. So you're just wanting a nice little border all the way around. You're not gonna see much of that Night of Navy at all. But I don't wanna waste all of this. So I'm going to take my trimmer, and again, I'm going to flip it over. And I'm just going to do what we call gut. And I'm just going to make like a little border all the way around. And I'm not looking at measurements. I'm just eyeballing it. But I'm just not taking my cut all the way to the end. I almost did on that one. I almost went too far. Then you can come back in with your scissors and you can finish cutting that little square out. And see, then I still have all of this glitter paper to use later on something else. I'm not wasting it. I'm gonna grab my little silicone mat here. It has got powder all over it from what I was working on earlier today, so I apologize. I'm gonna flip this over and I'm gonna add some adhesive along the edge. Try not to tear it. And then I'm going to make sure that I don't have any adhesive poking out of the sides. If you do, just fold it over. I think I'm good. I'm going to pull back in my Night of Navy base. I'm going to lay this down, stand up so I can see over it, so that I can get it even. Actually, let me turn it this way. This will probably be easier. Did I get it even? I'm off a little bit on this side, so let me pull it up just a tad and lay it back down. There we go. Okay. Then we can pull this back in, and it's probably still a little bit wet, so be careful with it. Flip it over. Put some adhesive on it. And then lay this down. Again, we're just giving us 1/8 of an inch. Oh, whoops. See, I've got some adhesive right there poking out, so I want to fold that in. Don't want that nasty adhesive poking out. We're going to make sure we got 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. And that glitter paper just adds a nice little touch. Last but not least, we're gonna take our little bling, because we love us some bling, right? I love some bling. And I'm actually just, because I'm putting several, I think I used 7 on this one. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, you want to use odd numbers normally. That's more eye-pleasing. So I'm just going to use a few here, a few there, but I am going to use the smaller ones just because there's a lot of them. Well, if I can get this one. And just put them wherever it floats your boat. Let's see, I want one down here maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know, I may not need 7 of them. Surely I do though. More bling, the more better. Isn't that the saying? I've got this one stuck to me. Come on, there we go. Where do I want it? Right there. And voila! That looks so cool. Thanks, Mom. I love those kind of cards. They're so easy and they look so beautiful. So, and as it dries, it will get a little bit softer, a little bit lighter. You can kind of see this one I've made a week ago. So, but those are the cards that we have made. And again, more than likely, I will not be on here next weekend for a Facebook Live. With it being Thanksgiving weekend and us going out of town, I just don't see it happening. So, if I change my mind, if I figure something out, I will let you know. I'll post it on my Facebook page. So just tune in every day. I try to make a post every day, and I try to do it in the morning. Very rarely will I post something in the evening unless it's really, really important. So usually if you check my Facebook page out, I would say noonish, the post is up for the day. And any sales or anything that I don't want you to miss out on will be on there. So again, that's the card. If you guys like what you saw today, please share my video. That helps me get my name out there into the Facebook world. I did create a YouTube channel this week. That's been a undertaking. Something that I promised myself I wasn't going to do, but I have done it. So I will post that link on this post here in a little while, and that way you can go over to my YouTube channel and check it out. It's the same videos that have been on my Facebook Live. I just thought I'd put them in another spot in case you guys wanted to search it. It's easier to search and find stuff. So thank you, Mom. I'm glad you like them. I love them. My favorite type of card. Hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and if I don't see you next weekend, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and you guys get lots and lots to eat and you feel like stuffed turkeys and can't move. I hope you have the best Thanksgiving ever. And again, then the weekend after that will be my craft show. So I'm still trying to figure out how the live is going to work for that weekend. I could be MIA for 2 weeks. I hope not. I don't want to be, but I might. So, but if there is a Facebook Live, I will post it on my Facebook page. So just keep touching back with me and pulling it up daily to see. And if I am doing a Facebook Live, I'll announce it. You're welcome, Mom. Thanks for hopping by, even though you have guests. I appreciate it. You guys take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.